Dick Cheney. Former Vice President Dick Cheney played a significant and highly visible role in supporting his daughter, Liz Cheney, as she stood up to former President Donald Trump, combining both public endorsement and moral backing to bolster her bold stance within the Republican Party. 1. Public backing and vocal endorsement. When Liz Cheney challenged Trump's narrative about the 2020 election and served as vice chair of the House panel investigating the January 6 attack, she faced strong opposition from her own party. Dick Cheney stepped into the fray. In August 2022 he appeared in a 1-minute campaign video for her, stating, "In our nation's history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump." He called Trump a coward, and offered full support to his daughter, saying he was proud of her for standing up for the truth, when so many in our party are too scared to do so. This public announcement was more than mere lip service, it leveraged Cheney's stature in the Republican establishment to lend credibility to Liz's challenge. 2. Moral and institutional support. Dick Cheney did more than just lend his voice. He and his daughter were notably the only two Republicans who attended a pro forma session of the House on the anniversary of January 6, 2021, visibly signaling their joint commitment to congressional accountability. When Liz was removed from GOP leadership for opposing Trump's claims about the election and joining the January 6 investigation, Cheney publicly responded, "My daughter can take care of herself." This statement underscored his confidence in her resolve and helped frame her stance as principled rather than merely oppositional. 3. Strategic amplification of her message. By aligning himself publicly with Liz Cheney's position, especially in that campaign ad, Dick Cheney helped shift the narrative around her challenge. The ad's messaging highlighted that Liz's fight wasn't simply internal party politics, but rooted in defending constitutional norms. Given his long record in conservative foreign and domestic policy circles, Cheney's endorsement carried additional weight. It signaled to parts of the Republican base and conservative intellectual circles that Liz's stand had serious institutional backing. 4. Symbolic inheritance of principle. The father-daughter relationship adds a symbolic dimension. Liz Cheney carries forward a legacy of Republican governance, national security focus, and constitutional conservatism associated with Dick Cheney's era. When he publicly supported her challenge to Trump, it reinforced the idea that her stand was rooted in continuity with prior conservative values, not simply a rebellion. Thus, Cheney's support helped frame her opposition to Trump as part of a broader commitment to the party's earlier ideals, rather than a personal vendetta. Summary. In sum, Dick Cheney helped his daughter stand up to Donald Trump by lending his voice, his institutional reputation, and his symbolic authority. He publicly endorsed her, amplified her message, and framed her actions as rooted in principle rather than partisan dissent. His backing provided both a platform and a protective mantle as Liz Cheney navigated the backlash within her party for challenging Trump's hold on the Republican base.